Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 110 and today, as I'm sure you can tell, I am super excited to start recording this one because we are going to be working on an epic project today. As you can see from my inventory right here, we have got stacks upon stacks of redstone. That's the only way that I can tell. We've got stacks upon stacks of redstone. We've got torches, we've got droppers, comparators, repeaters, hoppers, pistons, sticky pistons, all those sorts of things, ready to start constructing the tiny temple of Notch. Okay, for anyone who hasn't been following along with the Hermitcraft series, we're going to be building the tiny temple of Notch that I recently did a redstone video on. If you haven't seen that video before, I'll put it down in the description. But we're going to be building that today. We're going to be building it in the Hermit Thrills area, and I'm super excited for it. It's going to be amazing. But before we begin, I just want to mention a couple things. First off, next week, December the 1st, is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be turning 20 years old. And that has me really worried. I mean, that is old, isn't it? That is a really old age. I feel like, as I tweeted out the other day, I should start talking about finance and doing Sudoku for fun, which I don't see myself doing particularly anytime soon. But yeah, 20 years old. Very, very scary indeed. So moving on from that one, you may also notice that if you look down at the bottom of the screen, obviously I can't point at it, my GUI has got a little bit bigger. I see sometimes people comment saying that my GUI is a little bit small, so I've decided to change it. It is now on large. I hope this looks okay to you guys. Let me know down in the comment section. But anyway, first things first, we're going to be doing some serious traveling in today's episode. There are plenty of things that we need to go and look at. Of course, first off, we have got to go to the enchanting area. I need to enchant some tools. As you can see, you know, all my tools are pretty much running low. So right now, I got myself a diamond pickaxe. We're going to be doing some repairing. And then also we're going to have to head over to Hermit Thrills because, of course, we have to find a new location for where the tiny temple of Notch is going to be going. And we're probably going to have to go out adventuring elsewhere as well. We're going to have to go everywhere, basically. So this is going to be like a very adventurous episode, I suppose, today, which should be quite fun. But hopefully we can make a ton of progress, get a bunch of bits and pieces done, and essentially just have a really good time. So here we are at the donut. This is something that I have not shown for a very long time indeed, so I'll quickly explain what happens. Basically, we throw a snowball at this zombie pigman right here. Doesn't cause damage, but gets them aggro. Then any of the zombie pigmen inside this gigantic spawning area around us will get aggro, come down here, try and pathfind to me, but fall down this hole, die, and then because they've died when they're aggro, we get XP for it. Which basically means that we've got ourselves an auto XP farm that just generates tons upon tons of the stuff. And you can see it just pops up, goes straight into me. I get loads and loads of levels, and I don't even have to do anything. So I'm going to go downstairs, grab myself a cup of tea. When I come back up, I'm going to have loads of levels. One of the other really cool things about the fact that we've got the donut is, of course, the loot from it is gold. Which means that we have tons of gold swords. You can see they're all in my inventory. You also get golden nuggets and things, which are automatically picked up by the hoppers. So we just have tons of gold on the server as well. And we've had that thing since like day 2 or something ridiculous like that. Exuma just worked really hard on it and got it built almost immediately. Which was, well, it's exactly what Exuma does, isn't it? That's what he does. So yeah, pretty awesome. But anyway, we are now going to head through this nether portal right now. And we're going to pop through into Hermit Thrills. Now, I haven't been here in ages either, so there's probably a few of you out there who haven't seen this place before, and it's probably changed quite a bit since I was last here as well. But this is like the theme park. The theme park for Hermitcraft. You could hear all of the songs playing just then. Usually there's fireworks as well. But yeah, this is the theme park, and there is just tons of stuff around here. I've got my own personal builds and things, like for example this guy. This is the Redstone Guru, I think this guy's called, and he gives redstone advice, which I quite like. I've also got the End Olympics, which is over there. I swear I've built some other things as well. Have I forgotten some of my own build? Oh, the roller coaster, of course. Yeah, I've got the roller coaster as well. So there's all sorts happening in here. But I think the one thing that we're definitely going to struggle with is finding a location for Notch. It's going to be pretty tricky. He has to go in a hillside. Straight away, though. These hills are looking good. These are good looking hills. Look, we could put Notch just right there. Oh, this could be perfect. I'm going to do some serious hunting. I'm going to take a look around and basically work out the area. But those spaces were looking pretty good, I have to say. You know, this is considerably harder than I was expecting it to be. I'm just looking blankly at hills right now. I don't even know what hill looks good. I can't tell anymore. It's got to that point where I've looked at hills for so long now, I don't really know what I'm looking for. Because here's the thing, right? You know, we've got Hermit Thrills and it's looking lovely. And there's places like this that would be perfect but there's just build everywhere. We really have filled up this place. We seriously have. So I'm thinking the original locations. Seriously, like we looked at those straight away and I was like, they're perfect. I'm probably just going to have to go with my gut instinct here, and I think I'm going to go with those. So here we go. This is the hillside that we are choosing. It's actually like the original Temple of Notch video by FV Disco, where he had the platform on one side, then on the complete opposite side of the river, you had the massive Notch's head. Seriously, one of my favourite Minecraft videos, that is. This is like a scaled down version. Look, we've got a slightly smaller hill and a slightly smaller hill on the other side, and the Temple of Notch face is going to be going around about there, and it should end up looking really, really cool. But of course, the first thing that we've got to do is we have got to make way for Notch's brain. Notch's brain is pretty big. It involves a ton of redstone and things, and we have to make way for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by clearing out the mountainside. We're going to take out one big chunk to make space for all of the redstone and things. So I'm going to crack on with that one, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. And as per usual, I have got two regrets with this one. Number one is the fact that I didn't bring any torches along with me. What a spoon. What a spoon move that is. But also number two is the fact that I didn't have haste 2 or anything like that, and I don't have efficiency 5. So yeah, we had to do that the long and grindy way, I suppose. But the area is cleared out. In fact, my third regret, I've got 4 regrets, to be honest. Third regret is not measuring out the size of the Temple of Notch. I have no idea if this is big enough. I like to think that it's too big, but it might actually be a little bit small on the height front, to be honest with you, so we might have to do some extra mining later. But also, regret number 4 is forgetting the account details for my second camera account. Completely forgot them. I completely forgot them, had to spend about half an hour trying to work out what email it was for. Turns out, it's an email that I had when I was about 12, and I haven't used since. So, yeah, that was a struggle. It was really a struggle. But thankfully, we got there in the end, and I managed to gain access to my second camera account. But that's something that I wasn't expected to do today. So yeah, I definitely haven't made this tall enough. Ah, how frustrating. Anyway, we're going to have to do some extra mining at some point. But as you can see, we have got a big, clear area now, hello, where we can place all of the redstone and things. So yeah, that is the plan at the minute. I'm going to start gathering up some resources and things, and we'll get straight back to it. Now, one comment that I keep seeing popping up regarding my nether tunnel is, why did I not make my nether tunnel pop out here? Now, that's actually something that I didn't think of. I'll be honest, that's the first reason why I didn't do it, is because I just didn't think of it. But the more important reason is the fact that if I put my nether tunnel going up the side of Zombie Cleo's tunnel, it would look rubbish from the inside of Zombie Cleo's tunnel. Can you imagine just a big sort of cobblestoney, sandstony, birchwoody mess? It'd be horrible. So I decided that I'd just link it up. Plus, let's face it, Zombie Cleo's tunnel is really nice, and I just thought I'd hijack on these good vibes here. So that's what I decided to do. So I apologise that that's disappointed some of you, but I'm pretty happy with my nether setup right here. So we are getting things together now. I have got a bunch of stone slabs in my inventory to build Notch's face, and I'm just on my way over to the cocoa bean farm here to pick up some brown wool, and that guy scared me. I keep seeing them popping up, and I always forget about them, and they always scare me. But let's see, do we have any cocoa beans in here? Yeah, we got a couple of them. And do I have any crafting benches around here? Yes, of course I do. No, that was the harvest. Well, now we've got loads of cocoa beans, I suppose. Sweet. Where did I put the crafting bench? This is unlike me to not have a crafting bench. There we go. Where? Oh, there it is. Right. You know what? What's the point in having hidden crafting benches when I personally can't find them? That's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to craft up all of this brown wool, and we should have plenty. I mean, we really should have plenty here. I can't remember how it works. Yep, it's just like that. You guys took the mick when I built this gigantic cocoa bean farm, but little did you know, I was planning on building a gigantic Notch's beard. Showed you guys. So this is what I need to construct. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be using the dark grey wool because that just looks absolutely disgusting. Instead, I'm going to be using stone slabs like I did in the original video. But this is it. This is all the redstone, and as you can see, I think it is 10 blocks high. I just measured it, but I've completely forgotten the number. But it's something like that, which means that we should have just about enough space. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to hop back onto the Hermitcraft server, and I'm going to start building this dude's face. Okay, so I've done some work since you guys last saw me. First off, I've taken off 2 layers from the bottom here, so you can see this hole is now considerably bigger. I've also knocked off one other side, so now it is 13 blocks wide, which should mean that we're good to go. Basically, we are good to go, and I'm going to start chucking down some blocks. So we need to go down into the floor because this is actually a tiny bit taller, and I need to find the central block location. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that block right there, that is the middle, and then I'm basically going to follow what's going on my other screen. So it's just them and them, I think. Please tell me I haven't made a mistake already. That's really embarrassing. No, it's looking pretty good here. So that's the bottom part of Notch's beard. Then from there, it sort of goes up like this. And yeah, basically creates a beardy shape. So I've got to now try and create a beardy shape using blocks. I think I should be able to manage it. I did a pretty good job during the video, and I'm just going to copy it block for block. So hopefully, without making any mistakes, this will end up looking like Notch himself. Now, as far as I can tell, Notch's beard should now all be done. So we have built just like a ghostly beard without actually a head behind it. So let's just take out all of these dirt blocks, and we'll get a look. I think I've actually got some ender pearls on me for once. Let's just ender pearl straight over to that side there, and we'll spin it around. That's definitely a beard. I've forgotten how small this Notch is. We're quite far away. We might have to... That'll be fine. It'll be fine. We are quite far away, though. I guess maybe in the light, that won't be so bad. Another thing is that it's quite inset into the mountain, isn't it? Ah, this is definitely too far into the mountain. That's the one thing that I will say. I mean, we could curve the mountain around it. Right, I'm taking it out. We're moving it a couple blocks forward. That's a little bit more like it. Now we have ourselves a beard that's a little bit nearer. Notch looks a little bit bigger, and also it's not quite as far into the mountainside, which is perfect. So that means that this build should actually start looking quite good. I'm glad I did that, because part of my lazy self was considering just leaving it and letting it be. But that's just not the way that I want to be running things. So I'm just going to sort of do some extra clearing, make sure that we have ourselves a nice looking surrounding area. And then I'll start building the face that goes behind the beard, I suppose. Now, surprisingly enough, I think I actually might almost be done on this guy's face. This was actually a really, really easy project. I suppose it is just placing down blocks, but I was expecting to make mistakes. I was expecting to mess it up. I probably have made a bunch of mistakes. I just haven't realized it yet. But let's take a look around. Right, there's blocks there that don't need to be there. So they're now gone. Let's whip out the ender pearls again. I like that way of doing things. And... there's Notch. It does look like Notch, sort of. I don't know why that makes me laugh. He looks really happy because he doesn't have anything in his mouth at the minute. I think we need to add a few blocks in his mouth because at the minute, I don't know why, but he just looks very, very cheery indeed. But we need to take out that block as well because that's looking a bit strange behind his beard. But yeah, there we go. That is Notch's head. Of course, we'll surround all of this with grass and dirt and things, but I think I'll do that after I've put in all the redstone simply because that makes life nice and easy. But it is looking good. It is. It's looking exactly as I imagined. Even though it's a tiny bit smaller than I remember. It looks cool. It definitely looks cool. And it's definitely the tiny temple of Notch. So now what we've got to do is on this side, we of course got to build the platform. Now this is the platform that decides whether Notch loves you and gives you gifts, or hates you and tries to kill you. I don't think I'm actually going to kill the hermits, but I'll definitely scare them or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's the plan at the minute. Going to build the platform over here. I just can't stop laughing at this fella. So I'm just about to start wiring up the pistons, and I'm using a slightly strange design that you can see right here, with the redstone torches in the middle and the pistons there and things, because of the way that we've had to do everything. And I thought I would take you guys through it simply because, you know, sometimes these things are really quite interesting. So thankfully I have brought all of my repeaters along. I've got 64 of those. So these ones need to be powered first, because we want those pistons there to be powered first. And then we're going to power the pistons that are pushing the pistons across into the center. So essentially what's going to happen is this piston here will extend, putting a block out in front of this redstone torch. Then this piston will extend, pushing this piston on top of the block, meaning that it will extend, and that means that we've got the closing. And then the opening, this block will retract, meaning these pistons will retract, and then these pistons will retract, pulling back that piston, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I seriously hope it does. So that is that redstone there. And then up on this top side, I suppose we can just do something a bit like this and chuck 3 ticks on all of these repeaters right here. And then quite simply run the redstone between them. I guess we could use like a half slab, or potentially just run that in using a repeater, which I'm probably going to do just like that. So there we go. That is all of the wiring for that one side. And then if we power this thing using a redstone torch, for example, you can see there is... Oh, no, okay, I need to run that in using a repeater. I even said that I needed to do that. There we go. There it is. Okay, so these pistons extend, block there, powers these pistons. These blocks retract, these pistons retract, everything retracts. So there we go. That is the circuit for that one. I apologize for making such a mess of explaining that one, but that is all the circuitry going on. So now both sides are linked up, I do believe. We chuck down the redstone torch. I heard piston action, so that's good. Oh, why is that not working? We need redstone up at the top there. See? Always, whenever I do redstone in survival, I just seem to make mistakes. But there we go. That is the platform there. And if we take out the redstone torch, then we should get the full retraction. And that's looking pretty good. So there we go. That is what's going to happen if Notch decides that he doesn't particularly like you very much, basically. You're going to fall down there. And I don't really know where you're going to be going yet, but it's not going to be particularly brilliant. So now, the final thing that we need to do is we need to add in the what happens if Notch actually quite likes you. And the way that we're going to do that is I'm just going to place some cobblestone. Maybe cobblestone. I mean, cobblestone's pretty ugly. I don't know. See, the thing is that in the video, I didn't actually have like an entrance area. It was just you spawned on top of this thing. Obviously, we can't do that on Hermitcraft. So we need some form of entrance. And nothing that I come up with at the minute is looking particularly good, to be honest with you. As you can see right here, cobblestone isn't really onto a winner right now. So maybe we could add droppers off to the sides or something? Might be a better idea, to be honest. Okay, I now have a working solution to the droppers. They're not coming from above now. They are coming from either side. So the player is going to have to stand in this area here. If Notch likes them, then these droppers will kick into action and all of the items will fly off into the middle. The way that I've done it is quite simply using a redstone circuit and also some redstone clocks that are like auto-powering. It's like torch burnouts, and we've got loads of them so that the torches never actually burn out. Now it's currently switched off, but if I switch it on, yeah, there we go. It's a nice and fast redstone clock. So when we get the signal from the Notch, it will come all the way over here and then briefly unpower all of this redstone, which will turn it into a redstone clock, and then that will power all of these droppers right here. So I guess what I can do now is I can cover up a lot of this redstone right here, and this is sort of what our platform's going to look like. I'm definitely going to do some improvements because at the minute it's definitely very rough around the edges. But you know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad at the minute. It definitely needs some work. And of course, this area here will actually be extended. It will be flat with the floor, so don't worry about that one. But yeah, there we go. So we've got ourselves a Notch's head in the hillside. We've got a massive, far too big area behind Notch there to do all of our redstone. We also have the beginnings of our platform with all of the redstone in place. So there we go. We've got the trapdoor and also the clock for the droppers. So now all we have to do is all of the redstone behind Notch's head. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to be doing that today because sadly, I have run out of time. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please let me know by hitting that like button. If you've really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.